My hair looks terrible. Ah. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Rev Talk. This is Reverend Kim and Reverend Beverly, or Bev. Today we decided we were going to draw cards from different decks that had inspired us. And I'll let Kim start, but I want to explain. She drew according to what she was feeling with where she was guided. And I went to a bookstore, and for some reason, I was guided to this set of cards. So there's different parallels of why we chose what we chose. Take it away, Kim.
Thanks, Bev. Thanks. I love, you know what? I haven't gone to a bookstore in a long time just because I don't know where a bookstore is nearby that, that I would really like to go to. But I love the idea of going to a bookstore and just, I always loved being in bookstores. I just love walking through all the aisles and looking at all the titles and all the things that they have. But today for me was a bit of a it's been a challenging, and I know we've got the full moon on its way. Like
That's what, the 5th?
Let me see. Yes. So it's coming up. And so I think that energy has really kind of impacted me. And there were a lot of things going on and a lot of challenges. And I was proud of myself in the fact that I stopped myself from going down the rabbit hole of complete like anxiety and meltdown and all of that. So as soon as I had said to myself, well, you need to do it this way. This is take responsibility for it. This is what we need to do. And it was just a matter of let's draw a card. So the card that came up for me was acceptance. And it's just such a beautiful, serene, it's a beautiful card, and it just said it all for me. Like, oh, there it is. There it is. Whatever else, whoever is, having troubles, and I send a prayer to them, and I accept the fact that what I have sent, the energy I have sent, the well wishes I have sent, the requests I have sent are going to come true for the highest good of all people involved. And it's a lovely kind of end of a sentence, acceptance. There it is.
There's nothing to add to it. It's just like,
Yes, it was just that there was that lovely release that, okay, that's all that needs to be done. Accept that it will be taken care of, exactly the way it's supposed to, and just accept that. And it's very freeing to be able to do that and to embrace that and embody that and to say, okay. And it was wonderful confirmation for me because I was in such a headspace that when I pulled the card, it was like, oh, okay, there it is. Thank you so much. I'm done. That worked. And I just loved that card. So whenever things are coming up in conversations, all of a sudden I look down and there's that card, acceptance. It's like, oh, okay, there it is.
In the deck I bought, he was giving you different scenarios on how to treat your cards, and one was put it in your purse, put it in your pocketbook, put it where you see it every day, because whatever you drew has meaning for you, and it's going to be throughout the day, not just in the morning when you get up. Take it to your desk, put it, and that's just what you did. So it kind of just carried all day through with you.
You're
feeling.
You're
Yes.
absolutely right. Because I keep them right here at my desk because I'm at my desk most of the time throughout the day working, and the occasional game playing and but my cards are at my desk because I spend so much time here, and then I can just look, and you're absolutely right. There it is as a reminder throughout the day, and it's a beautiful reminder for me to bring me back to center for that day.
Out. That card is telling you how to center and be right where you need to be.
Absolutely. All in divine orchestration.
I love that. I've been telling everybody about it. I think that is the most fantastic thing anyone has ever said, because it's not divine timing, because that's like timing is timed. It's split. No, it's in the orchestration when everything comes back together.
Well, and the fact that with the orchestration, we are part of it, so we are, all of it. We are in it. So it's not a matter of sitting and waiting. We're part of that whole thing, everything that happens. So I love that. I love that.
I just, like you said, when we heard it, it was like, boy, and then we got validation with the clock.
Yes.
Just like when you had acceptance, it's like a weight was lifted off your shoulder because you feel guilty. You feel like, oh, I have to keep, praying and doing this and that. Oh, no. And it's not. You have to center and have the faith.
Absolutely. Well, it's the acceptance is that when a request is made, you must accept the fact that people are going to do it and trust that they will. As far as, getting confirmation from, people all the time, for me, it's a matter of, if you've requested it, I've done it. And you need to trust that I've done it. I'm not going to tell you every time that I've prayed, or every time that I've sent well wishes, or every time that I've done it. I do it on a continual basis throughout the day. So accept the fact that it's done.
Well, that's like when we pray. When
Yeah.
we pray, we were taught to just accept it will be done. We weren't taught that it'll be coming in divine timing. We weren't taught that. It came later in years, because we always prayed for things and we could, like a horse or something. We couldn't understand why I never got my horse.
Me too.
Nobody ever told me it was divine timing. And this is what we have to learn.
Right.
Done. Trust it's all good and it's done. Anything you ask of me, I am there.
Oh, I love that.
So,
I love that. So yes, I want to hear the juicy card that you got, because it's beautiful.
well, I went to Barnes and Noble,
Oh.
and for some reason I was looking at books and I decided to go to the philosophical. And there's a Zen master he is, that Thich Nhat Hanh, and he's world around. He's got retreats all over the world. He left Vietnam, South Vietnam, and moved to France. And then he mastered in this mindfulness, and it opened up all over the world. In fact, there's a big seminar in France of his. And his whole principle is mindfulness means be in the moment. Don't worry about tomorrow. The past is the past. You can't worry about the future, And I thought, well, I think I like this. So he came out, he had a deck called Everyday Peace Cards. And it's mindful meditation. He even has a walking meditation, and they're beautiful. This is him.
Oh.
And in 1967, he left Vietnam. And now he is teaching throughout the world to develop peace, both in oneself and in the world. And he told you how to pick the card, what to do with it. And it was just a little different put together. But so I shuffled and I got one, and I'm really struggling right now with my mother-in-law again. It's hit or miss.
Yeah.
And it just irritates me because I can't get a handle on it. So mine was embrace strong emotions. Do not fight. Do not fight against the pain. Do not fight against the irritation or the jealousy. Embrace them with tenderness, as though you were embracing a little baby. And when they said that, just even a puppy, a kitten, you know, you just soften, you just melt. And I thought, your anger is in yourself and with yourself. You should not be violent toward it. The same thing goes for every one of your emotions. And that just like encompasses everything. And you can't get mad at yourself. You know, you usually, you know, yell at yourself and stuff, but you don't hurt yourself typically. It's not a natural thing to do. I mean, we've got extremes in different things, but by just embracing that and sitting with my anger and trying to figure out why I'm angry, why, what is triggering me all of a sudden on this? And so I started journaling, and what I came up with, which I did not realize, was one, I'm pissed because I've had to put everything on hold that I wanted to do in retirement. You know, you have your life plan of what you want to do before you're too old to do it. But my whole life, I've always given, and I'm a giver, not a taker. I took care of my grandparents, both of them, both sides. And then I took care of my parents. And now I'm taking care of my in-laws. And so that's a pattern. So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, you got to break the pattern. But how do you break the pattern? I don't know. So I thought, okay, what I need to do is realize for me to be a giver, which I know I am, the first thing I need to do is take care of myself.
Yes.
And until you can take care of yourself, you can't take care of others without draining yourself.
Yes.
And I used to always get up in the morning, do my card readings, do my meditation, do my exercises. I don't do any of that now because I have to wait and listen for her. When she gets up, I got to get up and get her breakfast, her coffee, and her meds. And I've lost my routine. And I've realized I don't have energy to go the day anymore. So for all of you out there, whatever your problems are, just realize to take that precious time, even if it's 3 minutes for yourself, even if it's just breathing 3 times, you will see the difference and you will become stronger and more one with yourself. And once you're one with yourself, then you're listening through your heart and you can learn to love others as you love yourself.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I got a little stand with it even to put on, and I can have my little stand.
Oh, so it can remind you throughout the day.
And I put it right in front of the bathroom door. So when every time I go to the bathroom, which is quite often, I read it. Not too much information, but it is.
Good reading material is hard to find sometimes.
That's right. We did, I believe it was one of the classes, I don't know if it was a painting class or one of the ladies said she even had a deck of cards for people to thumb through when she was in the toilet. I thought, she goes, no, it's not like that. It's like a powder room and your guests come, so they've got something to look at. Well, what better thing than cards? And I thought, okay.
Well, hey, whatever works, you know.
That's right.
Well, and the interesting thing too that you said, Bev, is you know, just taking that time. You know, I think we talked about this, and I don't remember which one it was. We talked about where when I was going through therapy, the one counselor had said, you know, think of it as a jar of jelly beans, you know, and you've got this jar of jelly beans and people keep taking and taking and taking and well, eventually if you don't replenish the jar, you're going to be out of jelly beans. And that's kind of the way your own energy is. If you don't take the time to replenish your energy, you're not going to have anything left throughout the day. So to take that time in, like you said, even if it's like 3 minutes or 3 breaths, to be mindful when you first wake up, instead of, oh, what do I have to do today? Oh, I have to wait for her to make a noise, you know, so I can get. Instead, it's what can I do for me right now? What can I do for me right now in this moment before I get out of bed that makes me feel good? Let's breathe, or let's, think of some, wonderful gratitudes, anything to start your day off that way instead of,
Oh,
for me, it's a matter of like, one of my first questions is, what day is it?
oh,
What day is
yes.
it? And it's like, okay, now what do I have to do? It's so ingrained in us. And if we take a moment before we get out of bed just to, even if it's just say, you know what, I love you, or I love me, yay, and start your day instead of,
Give yourself a big hug to
yeah,
start your day. Mhm.
exactly.
That's important. See,
So I love that whole embracing. Gosh, that's good. Embracing those emotions, embracing them, because I know I'm hard on myself about that. If I get irritated or angry, and yeah, there's the confirmation. Okay, it's nice to be able to, and it gives you permission to be
be
human.
you.
Yes,
Yes, it does.
to be human, to say, you know what, I've got these emotions, embrace them. And I love the fact that you sat down and you journaled and tried to figure out where the pattern was. I love that. I think that's amazing.
It's my time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. I do. So with that, my friend, we accept the fact that we need to embrace our strong emotions.
And we need to keep it clear.
Yes,
So important.
very much so. So for me, I am complete, I believe. How about you?
I am too.
Breath feels good. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us again. And we like to remind you to be gentle with yourself, to be kind to yourself, and to remember that you are unique in all the universe. There will never be another just like you in all of space and time. You are powerful, you are cherished, and you are loved. And without you, the song of the universe would be incomplete. Until next time, my friends, be well.